what's going down, commanders? A lot of questions, because I've been posting some pictures of me attack logs and things like that. People have been asking me, what units do you have in your base, where do you got them positioned, bloody blah. I'm just going to get rid of that chat because I don't like that in the videos, but I should have turned it off beforehand. Right, basically my base is nothing special. I've got nothing that you would go, wow, that's what I'm going to need, that's what I'm going to do. This is what most, if you look at the good PvPers in the game, the ones above me obviously, this is pretty much what they've got. It's very close to what they've got. They might have one or two things changed out, but this is what I've got. A couple of ERMs. I have been thinking about adding a few more, removing Jenny and adding a few more ERMs. Might work, might not. And the reason I've got them in is basically I use them on the right on the outskirts of the base, and what that does, it can take the shot from Akumas. If someone comes into your base with Akumas straight away, the first shot of the Akuma's going to that because it's got move and shoot. So it gives you that little window. That's basically all them ERMs are there for, to take that initial shot. Sorry, why am I going into PvP? And then it's just basically Nick. I like Nick. Everyone's going to say, why you got Nick, blah, blah, blah. I like Nick. I have found that you need to rebuild Nick, kill his workshop, so delete his workshop, that schematic you got saved, delete Nick, refresh the game, rebuild Nick, put a new workshop on him. You get the better out of him. I do that about twice a month. Jenny, the reason I got Jenny basically is supposedly she gives a buff to the Akumas. I can't say that I've noticed that buff. Moving on next, this is a great little unit. It's just it's got a 600-700 range, 750 range. It's within the range of both the Farsight and the LiDAR, so it gets a massive range increase. So it's just very good unit, very good damage as well per shot, and you get them little drones that spawn out of the shot. I think it's the first or second shot. Then I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 Akumas, just bog standard. Everyone's got Akumas in their bases now. And then I've got Able as well, level 10 Able, fully workshopped out. I could show you what I will do is I'll show you the schematic for the Able and the Echidna closer to the end of the video, so you have to stick around for a little bit if you want to see that. Right, then in me bunkers I've got some, nothing drastic. This is for basically to try to help against and they're only level 15, these are not maxed out, but it's to try to help against the Phantom and the Fighter Company. I was going to call it something else then, and then just one Janissary. Then all the others are. I am thinking about changing all the towers over to all the bunkers or strongholds over to towers. But then I've got Commandant, Legendary Rifleman, and it's pretty much the same all the way through. I think one or two of the towers are just slightly changed. Nothing special on the Commandants. Nothing special on just bog standard techs. The 300 damage multiplier is probably the most important tech on the Commandants, and a Legendary Rifleman. Then you've got my last one, which is also a Janissary, Commandant, Legendary Stinger. Last stands, I removed, basically I removed the, I was using 2 Jackals, but I'm using them in my PvP tunes right now. I do want to make a video about PvP tunes. I'm a little bit worried because the way I'm using them right now it's someone else give me that idea without having to go to them and confirming with them that I can use it in a video beforehand. So I won't be showing that today. But yeah, last stand is, again, it's just something to put a bit of damage out there, nothing special. So in this one I've got Boomer and Cruciger. I can't remember, I'm upgrading this one, it's last level right now. So I think, if I remember right, it's just all Devouts. All Devouts in there, I believe. Spawning buildings again. Just it doesn't matter at this point. The units that you're putting into the spawners don't really matter, or your war production. Sorry. Again, these are all outdated units now. You can pick what if you want. Reason why I do it'd be Abraham or Crucible because of their high altitude. Again, some people do like to come into your base and sneak in. And basically they like to see if they can get a way of putting an ace in and seeing if it gets shot down. So that's why I got a little bit of high priority. But if you've got whatever you've got the most levels on these whatever one of these three, the Crucible, the Abraham, or the Phobos, whatever's most leveled up, use. Air, again, it's not a big deal. I would go again, whatever one you got mostly leveled up is the one you want to go with. Either any of these are good. I'm not gonna slate any of them. They're pretty much dead on spawn anyway. Where's my other building? I can't see it. I'm blind. There it is. In this one, I've got the war production. It's hoplite. I use this because it comes with 2 units. So you've got a flying unit and a base unit. As long as you've got it level 10 and plus. So it gives the enemy has to kill 2 units basically. That's my way of thinking there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Basically, everything's under the cloak that needs to be cloaked as much as possible. Again, this is a friend's base design, so I can't make a video on the actual base design unless I get express permission off the guy. I basically just took a couple of screenshots of his base and copied him. I have actually made alterations to this, but it's not the point. It's still his design, and I wouldn't do that without permission first of all. Right, the Echidna and the Able, where are they? So Able's here, pretty much bog standard. Radio Blood Rain for me, the airstrike tech, and these ones are all the same. So there's nothing you can change here, I don't think. No. So it's Blood Rain, which is the 3rd one along. I really don't know if the other 2 do any different. I put this one on it. I think I put this one on it to start with, and then someone said to me, put Blood Rain on, and I've never looked back. I've never even looked at the unit to see if it does any better or not. But that is the tech I'm using right now. And the Echidna, if it go back, where's the Echidna? I'll get blind when I'm in this workshop. There it is. I can't see things right, and I don't think there's much you can do here. So what have I got here? I've got increases Echidna drones map wide or increased damage done by 20%, reduces damage received by 20%. Then you've got the selective breeding, spawns a Chimera drone from the projectile canisters. Then loyal hands, spawns a Suberus from the body of the Echidna. I don't know what the other one is for that. What's the other one? Spawns a Sphinx. That might be worth a shot. It might be worth changing over the... But then again, if the Sphinx uncloaks and they've got a... This is my biggest worry. If the Sphinx uncloaks, because it stays close to the body of the unit, if that uncloaks and they bring in a... what are they called? Well, I was just talking about them. Shit. A Kuma. And it gets a shot off on that Sphinx over your base, it will also give you that blue puddle at the bottom. So I try not to have anything floating in the centre of my base. Then the silver tech is rugged outer layer, reduces damage taken from air and infantry by 30%. Again, I don't know what the other one is. Damage from vehicles. That one's, it's probably actually that one I want to put on it. I'm actually going to change that now, because we are using, when I originally put that on, we was using it against infantry. People were using the commandants to attack. Now it's all the Kumas and Jackals. So that's probably the better tech of the 2. And that's about all I can show you for today, guys. Again, I'm open to suggestions. If you guys got a suggestion for me, I'm happy to take that on board and maybe try to work and see if I can run with it as well. As it's always a learning experience. I'm always trying to better myself, trying to improve. Again, my base, I haven't done my own base for about 6 months, I want to say. So that's why there's been no video. My bases haven't been good. And I'm going to be real honest with that. So I've had to borrow other people's bases. But when I do come up with my next design and I find that it works right, I'll throw the video up for you guys as well. Anyway, I hope this helps. Make sure you give the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. And as always, if you subscribe to my channel, it does help me out. Thank you guys, and bye-bye.